I'm Jacob Adams. I'm a fitness and leadership coach. I help people just like you get to the next level, whether it's in the gym, achieving that new PR, or burning fat, using the best supplements on the market, or establishing winning mindsets that help us all create energy and push through the sticking points. Have you ever just not been able to get to that new level, that breakthrough, or it seems like it's just taking way too long? You know, my friend, I am there right now. And, you know, when everything could be going wrong, everything that could be going wrong, I guess is. And what's still going right is like, you know, it's a blessing, really. Because what's going wrong sometimes is so heavy that how would somebody overcome more stress than you're already going through? Like, have you ever felt those feelings? I mean, that's where I'm at, like I said, right now. And I've made a video in the past about my pit, you know, what does it actually feel like to be at this position, or what's causing this? You know, there's family stress involved, and just like the tip of the iceberg, like not even getting into all the family issues, just some family issues that I'm going through, is my dad's currently got a fractured arm. I need to make time to see him. And, you know, on Christmas, he had a open heart, or he had like a stent in his heart. You know, it's like, I don't know how many days. I want my dad to live like 20, 30 more years. Like, that would be such a blessing, okay? And I'm at this stage where, like, I'm processing that. Like, who knows how many more years he has, because his health isn't looking so stellar, you know? That's just one, like, that is, like, just one thing stressing me, right? Family stress. And then I'm just at this flux. You know, I don't want to go into other family issues, but that's the one that I can share that isn't very dramatic, but still, like, that's just one thing weighing on me. The other thing is that, you know, I feel like I myself in my career am pushing against this plateau of sorts, and there's progress being made. Like, let's say one thing I'm really liking is that my Udemy courses have started growing. Like, that's a blessing. See, it's not like there's absolutely no sunshine going on. Like, there's obviously sunshine behind me, and there's obviously some processes in my life that are still sane and steady. You know, I'm not like in a world of complete chaos. If anything, I'd say, like Jordan Peterson goes into, there's 1 foot in chaos and 1 foot in order. And to be quite frank, but it's never really been to the extent that it is now, with like the career stuff just weighing me down, like feeling like I'm stuck at a plateau, like making some progress, and then, you know, having an injury on my knee. And it's better. Like, it's not like right now my knee's hurting as bad as it did. More specifically, what I'm saying is that all of this stuff has come to me in the last, you know, 30 to 40 days. 30 to 40 days of just, wow, like, beat down, dude. I don't even know, you know, what's my solution, right? I think that's my next step here, is like, well, what is my solution? To be frank, I've been meditating and praying to God, because I can't make my dad take better care of himself. He's a grown man, right? And, you know, I pray, I check up on him through text, through Facebook, I go visit him, and just working through all of this, like, it's like a muck, like I'm stuck in the mud, right? I'm just spinning my wheels. And, you know, I never saw myself as somebody that could be stuck this long, you know. The other day, on Sunday, I was watching Joe Osteen's son, and I was like, let me see how he's talking and how he's preaching. And he went into how everything's for a season. He went into how Joseph was sold to slavery, and then eventually he was brought to, you know, reign and lead. And he went through all this trouble, all of these troubles that Joseph went through, and how most people, you could say, wow, most people would have hated that and they would quit, right? And that's, to be blunt, dude, like sometimes it feels like that when shit gets really heavy, dude. You feel like, okay, well, maybe this is what slows me down for good. Maybe this is the thing. Now, hold that thought. It's 4:53 p.m. You know, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to work out. And I'm going to do my best to have a great workout, right? Now, all that said, it's me moving forward. Like, I'm going so that I can move forward. I'm not feeling ultra strong lately. Like, I'm not eating enough calories. I'm not sleeping as I should. Like, it's been tough. Even just getting in front of this camera, you know, it's tough. It's tough. It's been tough. And, you know, in many ways, I hope that you, the viewer, can see my struggle, and maybe your struggle seems easier or more manageable, you know? This is not typical for me to feel this way, to feel so like a weight is heavy for me or something. This isn't typical for me. And so I'm making this video knowing that there's got to be someone else in the world that's going through some really heavy shit, and like for us, for people that are just going through the deepest, hardest shit ever, hardest emotions, hardest challenges of our career, I'd say this, that like often that strength to get through the next objective with conviction, with power, with some level of tenacity, right? So you can build on that the next day, and you can build on that strength the next day. As simple as that is, in theory, right? As simple as it sounds, sometimes when you're not feeling it, when you're just not in alignment, when you just, you're just not sleeping good, you're not eating well, the challenges of life are mounting up on you, family issues, financial issues, it just keeps going. And really, you just need the hand of God to move and just bring down the light, to bring down the blessing. And I think when you're there, when you're really there, you know, all you have is that next step of conviction, that audiobook that's going to help ignite your thinking, that nutrition, that supplement that's going to give you some energy, those vitamins, the prayer, the sleep, the good friends. You know, just keep feeding yourself the good stuff, because it gets hard. It gets really fucking hard, you know. I have faith that I'll look back at this time and be grateful that it happened, because of how resilient and strong it made me. What I can tell the future me is this fucking is heavy. Like, what I'm processing, it's heavy. And fuck, you know. You know, I think back to a time where I would have thought that listening to Joel Osteen or his son preach was stupid. I would have thought that. At one point in my life, I would have thought that. I suppose it's because, you think that those people are judgy, or they're very, like holier than thou or something. Like at first glance, that's how I used to think, right? But when that is the only message that I have in my life that makes sense, like this is first season, and Joel Osteen said God's gonna move in ways that only His hand can. Like even saying this, like see, to like I have a business degree, I have certifications, I've made like 200 and some YouTube videos, traveled cool parts of the world like Miami, South Beach, Las Vegas, built a company, sold supplements. I've done things that I've wanted to do. Like I've done some of the cool things I've wanted to do in my life. And when you come to the point where what once was something that you would mock, or I would mock, like holier than thou guys and their Christian message, there was a time where I would have laughed at that or thought it was a bunch of hogwash. And now I see it as a sincere level of hope and faith. And that's, I can't say anything more transparent than that. At one point I thought it was a joke to think that the message of the Bible or the message from a pastor or a preacher was worth listening to. And now I think it's pretty much the highest level of truth that a person can meditate on. This doesn't mean that I mustn't do my part, or I just sit back and say, oh, God's going to do His part. It doesn't mean that. It just means that with that level of hope, I can move with strength and conviction. So find your way of tapping into that next move, that next strength, and the ability to move with conviction and build on it the next day in these hardest parts of your life. You don't have to. I think, though, if you don't, you might find yourself in a deeper world of hurt, deeper world of stagnation. So you got to keep moving. You got to keep moving, keep praying, keep the work up. And, may God be with you. And pray for me,